Hey there, Soul Tribe. It's the Joy Healer, Kathy Weiss. I help hard-working women who are weighed down by the pressures of life feel like they can breathe again. And that sense is so freeing to know that you have the support you need to live a life that is calm and successful. I do that by using my gifts as an intuitive, clairvoyant, and source energy channel. And this is your weekly energy reading for the week of October 11th through the 17th, 2020. Now, if you stumble across this video and it is not the week of October 11th, 2020, stick with it. We're always led to exactly what it is that we need to hear in perfect time. So if you're watching this video, there is definitely something in here for you that's going to either give you some motivation or some reassurance or some guidance about what your next steps are, or who knows, but let's get into it. If you've been watching me for a while, we're going to move in a slightly different order and direction today. We're going to start off with the crystals that called to me to have in the room just to support us today. Then we're going to do an oracle card draw, and then we're going to get into the messages and the energy for this week. So here we go. Let's take a peek down here at the crystals, and I've got three different versions of clear quartz. This lovely big old, I loved it, Mammer Jammer guy that was actually harvested by my mister out of a cave in New Mexico. So it's got all kinds of just really authentic and grounded energy. This one is a little bit more cared for in that it was shaped into this pyramid, but I love it because it's sort of like channeling the energy down. And this piece is a little bit more like raw, just kind of broken off there. And what I'm hearing around why I chose all three just clear quartz today is that this week and the messages that come up for us are all about clarity. They're all about just like clear seeing and clear knowing and really a sense of ease for the week. I have Colette Baron Reed's Spirit Animals today. Not really sure why I felt drawn. Oh, yes, I do. I love it when I just take us like a brief second and I connected this oracle deck with the messages that are coming up. And the messages that are coming up are some images of us outdoors in a beautiful scenic place that I'll describe in a moment. And of course, in a beautiful scenic outdoor place, we might potentially run into some animals, and the spirit animals, they're to help us make meaning. That's what oracle cards do. That's what taking a look at the symbolism does. It helps us to interpret what's already happening internally and give us some words and some voice to maybe something that we weren't quite able to express yet. So, oh, this one's kind of like wanting to jump out as I shuffle the deck. So let's go with this. Ooh, this is White Raven Spirit. And first of all, I love that it's White Raven Spirit because I have this clear quartz that has sort of the color and the energy of pure white divine light. That's what this White Raven has. And the message says, trust in the magic. There is so much magic happening in your life right now. And when we are sort of overwhelmed and there is this pressure to like do all the things, I think especially for women right now, we have this pressure to be on top of the house and be on top of our career, and if we have kids, to manage their schooling and all of their appointments, and if we have a partner or a spouse, and we're also a little bit worried about, are they hitting all their appointments and doing their things and self-care, and and it can be really easy to sort of feel lost and not really sure what to do or which way to go. And that's where that sense of like not calm comes from, right? And so with trust in the magic, and it's card number 66. So that's an angel number, and the meaning of 66 is not instantly popping into my head. But if you're interested in that, like real quick, just Google angel number 66 and you'll get some wisdom on that. As far as trust in the magic, I'm hearing a line from a song that says, "Heaven is here when the mind is clear." And we've got these clear, it's called clear cores, even though that has a bit of a white hue to it, right? And that energy that we were bringing in was about clarity. Magic is happening in your life when you give yourself a moment to sort of let the dust settle and to see clearly all the places that it already is, it already has, and all of the places where you can sort of open your arms and the doorway to your heart and allow more magic to happen. So, just peeking in the guidebook to get a tiny bit more of a message around that for you. Then I'm going to describe this week's energy. Stick with me because the page that it's on wants to be sticky. Nothing in the universe is random, for in the intricate web of co-creation weaves together all events and has done so since the beginning of time. I call that the cosmic chess game if you've listened to me in the past. Coincidences have meaning, and White Raven Spirit appears to remind you to pay attention to these synchronicities so that you might recognize patterns. Even the winds dance in a pattern, participating in the magic of Spirit's plan for all. So here is the image that I am feeling and seeing and sensing for all of us this week. Last week's energy reading came solely in email. So if you didn't get that email, you might want to get onto my email list. You can shoot me a message with your email if that's interesting to you, or you can pop over to thejoyhealer.com, and when you subscribe, you get a little free gift of a mini clairvoyant reading delivered right to your inbox from me. So that might be interesting too. But last week in that message, I was describing this energy of like a car, like jerking to a halt, like, and then stop. And that was a good thing for the energy to stop. And again, this image of like dust rising and the dust needing to settle. So this week, the car is not within our vision. And we're standing on the top of a mesa, maybe is the best word that I can use to describe it, the top of a sheer cliff. So here we are, and then straight down sheer cliff. This is not like in the movies where, oh my God, you're about to fall over and more drama is about to ensue. We're actually standing here on the edge of the cliff, and it is wide open and expansive. There is a beauty to this valley or ravine below. There is a vast open expansiveness to the rest of the scenery, and we are just being invited to stand still and to appreciate. There is a little bit of resistance because there is a narrative out in sort of modern culture that we need to always be making forward momentum. We always need to be making progress. There's always something we can do. We're not doing enough. What else can we do to make our lives better? How can we improve? And the universe is saying, remember, the universe moves slow. Remember, you already are doing enough. Remember, there already is magic happening and unfolding in your life. And this week is a week where you don't have to try any harder, do anything more than you're already doing. Just be in a place where you can see and recognize and appreciate the beauty, whether it's the beauty of the physical world, the beauty of your home environment, the beauty of your relationships, the beauty of your health, whatever it is, that one thing that sparks your awareness, stand in that place. And if you're like, oh, yeah, Kathy, I can't, I'm trying, and I get what you're saying, but I'm so like caught up in this inescapable funk where I'm just not feeling it. Whatever it is, whether it's life in general or maybe things you used to love and enjoy that just aren't doing it for you right now, or again whether you're just feeling so weighed down by the pressure that it feels impossible to be in a still place where you can appreciate the magic in your life. And it's been that way for maybe weeks or months or even years on end. Number one, I so feel you and I so understand you because I have been in that place and I spent about 25 years learning all of these magical tools and learning how to utilize my gifts to help you find that ability, to find that feeling where you are supported and you are able to step into your own success and a life that is calm and like liberating is the word that I'm hearing. So, if these messages make sense in your mind, but you can't find them in your heart, it might be time for you to consider getting some outside professional help. There have been times in my own life where I walk the path alone and I learn and study and figure it out. And there have been times where it's almost like I'm drowning underneath all of that stuff. And I've needed to hire mentors and therapists and intuitives and energy readers and healers to help me open the doorway and step past my own resistance and be able to rise back up into my birthright and your birthright of joy. And if that feels like maybe it is time for that, you can message me, you can comment here. You might go over and visit my site, thejoyhealer.com, and learn a little bit more about how I might be able to help you. And that would be such a thrill and such joy and such an honor for me to be able to. It feels like giving back to me, giving back to all of the people who helped me when I needed help. To be able to turn around now and help you when you need help is like the greatest gift I could possibly share to the world. So know this, friends. This is a calm, clear, introspective week. And I believe in you and I know you can find it. And some of us will be able to do that on our own, and some of us will need help. Both are absolutely correct and both are absolutely perfect. So trust your deep inner wisdom and follow the impulses that lead you right to the magic that's ready to unfold for you. Have a beautiful week, friends. I love you so much, and I will see you next time for another weekly energy reading. Namaste.